Hello everyone. So this trip was totally unplanned. We were informed by our friend around 6 p.m. on Friday that we would be heading to Dangling Tsho the next morning. So without much preparation, we set out on this exciting journey the next morning. We left college at exactly 3:43 a.m. It was still pitch dark, but excitement kept us awake. So by 4:53 am we had reached Kaling, where the real adventure began. And we started climbing the mountain at 5:17 am. It was amazing to see immediate students also heading to the lake for their trip. They have this on the way. We have to go. So at 5:56 am we reached the base of the first mountain. So we were waiting and midday students also reached and we are resting here. So we're about to head up. That's when things got tricky. We lost our way for a bit, which added some unexpected twist to the adventure. But with some effort and teamwork, we found the trail again and continued. So, in the midst of losing our way, some of my friends are so hungry that they started eating and complaining that I am walking so fast. I think we lost the way and I was worried. So I was heading up and up and up. The climb was tough, but the views kept us motivated. After an hours of wandering and trying to find the right trail, we finally made it. But just as we thought, the hard part was over. We looked up and there it was, the mountain. It was massive, tall, like a silent challenge, and that wasn't all. Beyond this, we still had to cross not one, but two more. It felt daunting. The path was steep and the peaks seemed to touch the clouds, but there was no turning back now. We knew the journey would be tough, but we also knew it would be worth it. This is the moment that reminds you why you started. No matter how high the mountain, how rough the trail, we are ready to keep going. So let's do this. I don't know what got into me, but I found myself walking faster than my friends. They were far behind, struggling to catch up, while I kept pushing forward. On the way, we came across a few huts scattered on the mountainside, home to a handful of people living here with their dogs. It's amazing to think about how life continues, even in such remote places. For a moment, I paused to take it all in. The view, the quiet, and the resilience of those who call this mountain home. When I finally stopped to wait for them, I looked down and realized I couldn't even see them clearly. This climb isn't just about the destination, it's about the journey, the challenges, and the movement like this that makes it unforgettable. While waiting, I pulled out some junk food because why not? Snacks make everything better, even a steep climb like this. I looked back down the trail, but it was so steep I could barely see them. Eventually, they caught up. We laughed about how far ahead I had gone, fueled by snacks and the view, and just like that, it was time to keep climbing onward to the next challenge. I think Pigeon is so tired that she's sleeping on the way. As we climb, something beautiful caught our eyes. Rhododendrons, their bright colors stood out against the rugged mountain trail like nature's little surprise just for us. The cold was biting, but a moment like this made it worth it. The rhododendrons, the crisp air, and the sheer beauty of the mountain. It's something you can't forget. And these leaves look like leaves.
Hello guys, after watching, we crossed the first mountain successfully and 2 more left. And by the way, don't forget to subscribe my channel.
At exactly 9:35 a.m. we reached the second mountain. We paused for a moment, catching our breath and looking up.
One heart here. And look at the view. We have to go up
This one was smaller than the first mountain, but not by much. It still stood there, challenging us to keep going, to push just a little further. It was just me, Kille and Dolkar ahead, so we decided to rest for a while since we couldn't see the other friends anywhere behind us. Dolkar and Kinley were so tired they wanted to nap right there. Meanwhile, I did what I do best, snacked. But even after finishing my snacks, the others still weren't here. So I gave in and decided to take a nap too. Look at us just laying there like it's a luxury resort on the mountain. I think Kinley was even dreaming. And after our little break, we headed up again. The trees, oh, they looked so beautiful. It felt like walking through a painting. We are first time going to this Dangling Tsho, so we don't know which way and when we are reaching.
this lake, and only we are here and our friends are left behind.
Oh, the slippery terrains that demanded every bit of focus. One wrong step and you might just stumble down. With every step, the trail kept testing us, but the beauty around us made it worth it. Onward, we climbed one careful step at a time. We kept walking and walking, each step feeling longer than the last. To break the monotony, we pulled out the camera and started recording the journey. And then we stumbled upon something unexpected, a little note left behind. And it simply said, "You can do it, just forwards," but it was exactly what we needed at that moment. Tolkar and I were convinced the lake was just on this side of the mountain. We ran over, excited to finally see it, but guess what? There was no lake.
When we reach here, there is no lake. What? Oh my god, so tired from walking.
About my other friends, we are much forward and we couldn't even hear their shoutings, or we can't even see them. Trees look so nice, and look at this place. And here is yak also. See? In reality, the lake was just below these rocks the whole time. But instead of going down, we did the only logical thing. We climbed up even higher. Sometimes the adventure isn't about knowing where to go. It's about the detours, the laugh, and the climbs you didn't plan for. And this was one of those moments. We climbed a bit higher and now we are heading back. Finally, all of us are here and we all laughed about the mixed up, but we were in it together now. You can see it's very cold. Yeah. And ta-da! There it was, the lake, just as beautiful as we imagined. After all the confusion and the climb, it felt so good to finally be here together. The lake was everything we hoped for. It was so beautiful and so majestic. Its still waters seemed to hold the entire mountain's reflection, a perfect mirror of nature's grandeur. After an hour of relentless climbing and pushing through the fatigue, we finally reached Dangling Tsho at 12:33 p.m. The sight of the serene lake made every step and stumble worthwhile. We are finally here. Can you see? We are finally here. And we rested, we breathed and took pictures, recorded videos, and just let the beauty of the lake refill our spirits. This was the perfect reward for such a challenging climb. So we are going to be here for a few minutes. We're going to breathe. It's so cold near the we are having a proposition. Just done it. And now we are going back after an hour. Achoo! Freaking cold! Oh, I'm so cold! And we had packed lunch and together we ate at 1:39 p.m. But let me tell you, the wind was freaking cold. It was so chilly we could barely move our fingers to hold the food. Some of us even had to wear extra clothes just to stay warm while eating. Despite the cold, eating lunch together by the lake, or just a few minutes away from the lake, felt so special. It was a moment of togetherness and a chance to recharge after the exhausting climb. And by around 2:30 p.m. it was time to start heading back. Wow, heading down the mountain. I honestly didn't think it would be this tough. They always say climbing up is the challenge. But let me tell you, coming down has a whole new level of difficulty. Look at them. My friends are having such a hard time. Every step feels like a workout for their legs, I guess. And don't even get me started on the balance part. One time I heard about this guy who was so eager to run down a mountain. He thought, hey, it will be faster if I just let gravity do the work. But spoiler alert, Gravity did do the work. He tripped, rolled, and ended up covered in mud at the bottom. And he said it was the express route. But I think my friends will pass on this day today. This trip to Dangling Tsho was incredible. An ad hoc plan turned into one of the most memorable adventures with my girls. And thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and like for more vlogs like this.